Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming back and seeing us on Salem at Work. This is the show, as you know, about regional workforce development efforts, especially here in Salem. Today we're going to be talking to our guest, John Honey, about the Career Technical Education Center for the Salem-Keizer School District. John, welcome to the show.
Thanks. Good to be here.
Yeah, glad to have you.
Yeah.
So this effort to provide a Career Technical Education Center, tell us a little bit about when that started.
So this has been a long time coming. They've been talking about some sort of a vocational program since I've been in education, for 3 decades. But about 2 years ago, we started serious conversations between the school district and Mountain West Investments. And over the course of time, they were able to come to an agreement on how we could create a public-private partnership that was really designed to support our students in their quest for, deep exploration of both college and career paths. And while doing that, we'd be supporting local industry as well. So that's kind of the goal, is creating hope, not just for the kids, but hope for industry, because everybody needs something out of this project.
Yeah, we talk a lot about how important it is to provide jobs, but this is just one avenue that's really going on to build new jobs and build upon old jobs. How has that been working so far?
It's going great. It kind of started with North Salem High School. That's why I'm representing the Vikings today, even though I got kids from all the different schools at our program. But North Salem High School, we had a woods manufacturing program, and Dean Matson was the instructor there. Andy Chidwick does it now, but they're really looking at developing technical skills, professional skills, and preparing kids for entry-level workforce positions. And when Mountain West caught wind of that, they said, well, why can't we do that for more people and more students? So as we started developing the new Career Technical Ed Center, the idea was to find industry-related curriculum that represents, local, regional, and statewide industries. And so we started off with construction and manufacturing, and next year we'll be adding cosmetology and 3D design, and every year after that, for a total of 5 years, we'll add 2 programs per year. And the idea is that by preparing students with those technical skills, integrating core curriculum so that math and English now are relevant to industry, and kids see the connection. Now they get to apply all of those skills together, and they get to apply them in a way that allows industry to come in and say, that's what we need. And so now our students are not only ready to make really purposeful and meaningful decisions about what they want to do for post-secondary education, but they've got some practical application and can make some really good decisions about what they might want to do as a career for a living. And for some of those kids, it's going to mean going directly into college. For some of them, it's going to be a community college, a 4-year college, internships, apprenticeships, military, or direct entry into the workforce. But it's all about high-wage, high-demand jobs. So it's not, you got to go to work because you can't do anything else, or you have to go to college because that's all you've ever heard from your teachers and your parents. Now it's like, let's do the thing that makes the most sense for you and for industry.
A real stepping stone for the student to step into something real, a real direction, not just a nebulous path out there somewhere.
Right.
Awesome. You mentioned Mountain West Investments. I've heard this referenced a lot as a public-private partnership. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so the partnership really is between Salem-Keizer Public Schools and Mountain West Investments. If you come out to CTEC to visit, everything you see that looks like industry, so we're located in the old Nielsen manufacturing plant, so that building, the infrastructure, all the electrical and plumbing and gas, updating sewer lines and installing bathrooms, that kind of stuff. Buying all the technical equipment, the skill saws and the welding units and the brake presses and the plasma cutters and everything that looks like industry. That's Mountain West Investments, and that's a contribution they're making to our school district and our community. Everything that looks like school, so a principal, a file cabinet. You can compare me one to the other.
Right. Which one is which?
Yeah, exactly. But cafeteria tables, computers, busing, transportation for students, hiring staff, aligning curriculum, partnering with community college, all the stuff that you would expect a school to do, that's the school district. And so that's the partnership. And it really is a pretty unique program. In fact, I'm not sure of another program like it. So it's a good opportunity for our
Innovation
community.
by example to the students.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Now, you mentioned the schedule. This is not a high school for Salem-Keizer School District. It's a center. Talk a little bit about that.
Sure. So we are a program. We're not a school. And so our students come to us from all 6 different comprehensive high schools plus our alternative program. And they are juniors or seniors. They're on target to graduate or real close. They don't have any major behavioral issues, and they have good attendance. And they have to apply. And so those students that come in, we take about 90 to 100 students per program each year. And as they come out, they spend half of their day on Monday with us and the other half of their day at their residence school. Then, depending on if they're a morning or afternoon kid on that Monday, they come all day Tuesday, Thursday, or all day Wednesday, Friday. So ultimately, a junior or senior spends half of their school career, as a junior and senior at CTEC. The other half of it is connected to their residence school. And the beauty of that is that kids who are connected to school do better. Mm-hmm. They graduate at a higher rate, they perform higher, and we want our students to be connected to their residence schools. We don't want them to give up anything at North or South or West or Sprague or McNary.
So they can still be involved as athletes or band members or whatever else they're involved in.
Exactly.
And stay a Titan or a Saxon or you name it.
And that's the thing that's cool about it, because they don't give up anything at their residence school, but they get to take advantage of the opportunities out at CTEC. Every credit they earn at CTEC just transfers back to their resident high school. So the technical reading and writing that a student takes at CTEC counts as their English 11 or English 12 credit out at their residence school. We teach the same standards, the same objectives. We're preparing students for Common Core and state assessments, all that stuff. But we do it through the lens of industry.
Yeah.
So we don't teach Romeo and Juliet. That hurts my feelings a little bit because I was an English teacher. I liked Romeo and Juliet. But at our school, at CTEC, we teach English through blueprints and spec sheets, technical reading and writing, technical journals, industry publications. There are no speeches about how I spent summer vacation. There are speeches about the product that we're making and that we're selling and why they should buy it, or why we should change zoning laws, or different rules around the industry.
Again, coming back to the industry. Yeah. So your staff, you've got teachers, mm-hmm. and you've got a myriad of other types of people on staff there. Where do the teachers come from?
Yeah, so that's the other piece that makes it pretty interesting, is all of our career technical ed teachers, so in construction, manufacturing, cosmetology, 3D design, culinary arts, whatever program we put in, they come to us from industry. So our 2 manufacturing, the teacher and the IA, between the 2 of them, they have over 60 years of experience in manufacturing. Our construction teacher was a licensed contractor and a finish carpenter. His instructional assistant's a young lady who has a degree in interior architectural design. Our CAD teacher was a mechanical engineer who became a science teacher. So they have immediate credibility with our kids, and they understand industry. Then our math and English teachers who are integrating that core curriculum into the CTE programs, they're traditionally trained, highly qualified math and English and science teachers. But they're free thinkers. They are able to let go of Romeo and Juliet and teach English in a manner that makes sense to kids and can be applied to careers.
Right. How does that work with licensure of teachers and requirements that we typically see on an educator in the school?
Yeah, so they're all licensed still, but our career technical teachers actually have what they call a career technical license. So their years of experience in industry counts in the same manner that my math teacher's years at Oregon State University or University of Oregon count towards their license.
How cool is that? That's pretty awesome. Now, so you've been working with these kids since September of this year, of 2015. Yeah. What changes have you seen? Do you have any great stories of inspiration that you can share?
So we just were at the Manufacturing Summit yesterday over at the Salem Convention Center. And we took 8 of our students with us, and most of these students were seniors, but they're all in their first year out at CTEC. And it's interesting to watch. We thought it was going to take us 12 weeks to have students sort of work ready. or we thought it was going to take 2 years. It took us 12 weeks because they're really motivated to do the work. They want to be really good at it. They see some value in it. And then when they hear adults from the industry, not just their parents and not just their principal, but strangers coming up to them saying, that's a really good thing that you did, or we really need people like you to do that work. Now all of a sudden this younger generation looks at it and they go, wow, I have value. And that just makes them work all that much harder. So we're seeing kids who come out to CTEC thinking they want to be a roofer or a framer or a fabricator, and they really like the math around it, or they like the computer-assisted drafting. So now they're thinking about, maybe, what do I have to do to become an engineer? Or instead of working on the shop floor, what do I have to do to own that shop? Wow. At the same time, though, we have kids that thought they wanted to be engineers, and they come out and they love welding, and they're really good at it. And there are some seriously well-paying jobs in manufacturing. And kids are going, if I don't have to accrue a bunch of debt, I can earn a really good living, and I get to do something I like. That sounds like a good plan.
That's more than a lot of people that have been in a job for 30 years have.
Right. And so that's our whole goal, is we talk to kids about, we want you to have a good plan. And I don't really care what your plan is, as long as it's going to get you the things that you want, and we can help you get there, and you know how to implement it. And so, we joke with the parents, like, you just want your kid to move out of the house, right? I know your child's pretty young still. You don't want to move out yet. But eventually, when they're 17, 18, you're going to be ready.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure. My oldest is 10, and she's quite gifted with art. Maybe you'll have an art program by that point.
We'll have 3D design starting next year even. So just tell her to pay attention.
I'll get her in there early.
Early entry.
So the Salem community is really big on getting involved in different things. If you could speak to the Salem community on ways that they can get involved in CTEC, what would you say?
Sure. So we need a ton of things to make this program really fly, and the secret ingredient is industry and community partnerships. So, we're building a house in our construction program, and that's through the Advanced Construction Education Group. It's a nonprofit that just supports our program. And through that group, we receive donations of lumber and expertise in terms of helping our students with the electrical or the plumbing, because we can't do that stuff because we're not licensed plumbers or electricians. But we have framers that come in and help us wrap up a job, so that we can get to the next phase on time. We have mills that are donating raw materials in terms of lumber. We have local industries donating raw materials in terms of steel, nuts and bolts and nails and saw blades and all of the things, those consumables that you go through. We just cut up a lot of stuff. And then we don't necessarily make anything out of it because we have to practice those skills. And so we'll take a 12-foot board and turn it into sawdust. That's what we do with it, And
That's
so those raw materials, engaging in terms of being a mentor, being a company that can provide job shadows or internships for students, hiring them when they've demonstrated that they've reached that level of proficiency that industry wants. Hire our students. We're asking you to do that.
So business that's watching.
Yeah, if you're watching right now, we'd love for you to go to our website, which is ctec-salem-keizer.com, or visit our Facebook page at CTEC, or give us a call down at the school. Ask for myself. Norma Sanchez is our business liaison with the Chamber of Commerce. She does what you do, but she's doing it at CTEC.
Yes, she does.
You can ask for Chuck Lee, who's the president of the Mountain West Investment Group that's the private arm of this public-private partnership. And we're looking for equipment, we're looking for raw materials, we're looking for cash, we're looking for man hours in terms of just working with our students, because they can't learn about industry unless they get to meet industry.
Yeah.
And so those kind of partnerships really are valuable to our students and to our program, and ultimately they're valuable to our community.
Right. Well, thanks for being on, John. I love hearing about the great things that you guys are doing, the teachers, all the staff, and yourself. You're included in that whole thing. So, Salem, as always, there's a lot to do for us to invest into the future of our workforce. So, continue to ask the question, what can I do? And when you determine that, reach out to somebody like CTEC and anybody else that you can imagine helping somebody fulfill a dream. Until next time, have fun, Salem.